All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Two Planker Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan Schaefer, and today on the show we have Garrett Whaley. Is that how you pronounce it? I didn't check before we started recording.
That is how you pronounce it. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude, thanks for joining the show.
yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you are the head filmer and editor for Child Labor, is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. I do all the editing stuff. Filming is I don't know if I would give myself like head filmer title. We kind of It's kind of an unorthodox situation. Like we all kind of film for the most part. I definitely do a good bit. But Cal also has a camera and Egan also has a camera. So we all kind of just we're all sharing the duty. Some people like depends on the spot. If I'm hitting something, like someone else will take the camera and we kind of just trade off. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Everybody gets
So
hold of that thing every now and again.
yeah, so lead editor, we'll call it. And where
Yeah,
are you?
editing for sure.
Yeah,
Filming, shared squad effort.
yeah. Where are you coming to us from right now?
I'm in my bedroom in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Boom. There we have it. Another episode of Salt Lake City Community Radio. I think this is like the fourth or fifth guest in a row
Nice.
that
Yeah,
lives in
you've had
Salt
quite a
Lake.
few Salt Lake guys, huh?
Yeah, and I think
Sick.
we'll see. I don't know who's up next, but I think this trend might continue for a little while.
Nice.
Um, but I don't even know how I found this out originally. Don't know where I heard it from. But you're originally from Connecticut, right?
I am. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monroe, Connecticut.
Dude, I don't know how I found that because when I was like doing the research, like, because we talked about this before, but this has taken a while to pull together. I
Yep.
couldn't find anything that said you were from Connecticut, so I must have pulled that one like out of thin air when I
Yeah.
first heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, Connecticut. Yeah, I grew up there my whole life. I skied in Vermont, so maybe that's where the confusion was at.
Could have been,
But
yeah.
yeah, I always lived in Connecticut. I would just ski at Mount Snow pretty much just on the weekends and shit. And then like my last 2 years of school, I lived up there just for a couple months out of the winter. But yeah, pretty much for the most part, just Connecticut my whole life.
Yeah. Were you a Mount Snow Academy kid?
Yep. Yeah. So I went there junior and senior year. Just so like the way they do it, you go out there in like December and then you come back, I think like March 1st. So it's pretty much 3 months. You just post up and ski and like kind of go to school, but not really. And then you come back,
Yeah, that's
go
pretty
back
tight.
to home school.
Were
Yeah.
you oh geez, like I'm trying to think about the time because you said you just graduated college recently, right?
Yep. Yeah. Like in pretty much right around Christmas time.
Yeah. So who was like in the Mount Snow scene at that time that you were there?
Um, Shit, let's see. It was, I mean, at the academy itself, there like weren't that many of us. It was pretty much me, Joe Fusar, who's also like a child labor affiliate, I guess. He films with us too, and then Ryan Funky. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but he also was going there at the time. So the three of us met there, and then yeah, as far as other Mount Snow dudes go, I'm trying to think like Calvin. You know Calvin Lyons at all?
Yeah, dude, these are all East Coast names that are just like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yep. Calvin was out there always. Calvin's really sick. I haven't. I don't know how much skiing he's doing these days. I haven't talked to him in a while, but Calvin is sick. He was always skiing a bunch, and then yeah, I don't know. There wasn't that like all that much of a scene, or maybe I wasn't just like wasn't tapped in enough. But but yeah,
Were you on the competition circuit at all?
yep, yeah. I grew up competing a bunch. I did like what was I doing? I guess like rev tours at the end, doing some rev tours and shit at the end, and yeah, traveling around for that a little bit, and then pretty quickly realized I was like not good enough to be doing that shit. So, but it was fun though. It was sick. I always liked competing. It was fun.
Yeah. So you were like a slope style kid?
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I did a lot of slope styles. I always liked rail jams as a kid. That was kind of my favorite thing to do. But yeah, did a lot of slope styles. Never really did very well, but it was a fun like excuse to go travel around. And
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it probably made me better at skiing, maybe too. Just being like, I feel like I've talked to like Cal and a lot of the labor homies grew up competing. We've kind of talked about it. It's kind of sick, like the way that competing makes you like, I don't know, just do shit like when you have to, like you might not be in the best, you might not want to do tricks, but you fucking gotta, So it's like almost kind of like Street King where you're like super, super scared to hit something and you're able to like, sack up and at least give it a shot. Pretty similar
Yeah.
in a way.
Dude, that's a really good insight. And it's funny because the more, I mean, you're probably the third child labor interview now, and it's like
Right.
all of you guys were comp kids at one point, which I
Yeah.
don't think is like obvious when you first look at the videos.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you had what, Benny and Cal before
Benny
me?
and Cal, yeah, you're number three, I think.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, it's funny because I didn't even mention Benny about Mount Snow. He was always out there too. I don't know why I forgot about that. But yeah, Benny and Sam were also around Mount Snow a ton. So like all three, me, Joe, and Funky all kind of grew up around those dudes in Vermont. And yeah, there's photos of me and Benny Osno when we're like fucking 12 years old on like doing like USASA shit. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
funny, dude. And
Yeah.
it's funny because like the kids that are the younger kids now, I don't know why I've been thinking about like the future of the competitions, I guess. And it's
Right.
funny, like all those same kids are gonna be telling these stories in a few years, like the Luke Votaws and the Durham Jones. They're gonna be talking about like what we're
For
witnessing
sure.
in real time. So
Dude, yeah. Me and Dak we just got this like judging job for USASA. So this past week we've been up at Woodward like judging this like futures tour thing, which wasn't around when we were doing it, but it's like this new contest. But yeah, it was sick because we were talking about it like, damn, there's so many of these kids and like not all of them are gonna be comp skiers, and like so like some of them are so sick. Yeah, like you mentioned Durham, he was in it.
yeah,
That kid is really sick. We were super hyped on his skiing. And yeah, yeah, those kids are sick. It's dope that like, yeah, obviously not all of them are gonna be comp guys forever. So it's nice to
yeah,
see like a bright future kinda.
dude.
They're looking good.
Shout out Durham. I was at the level one rail gym at Sugarbush. I think he did a 6 on continuing four out of the down tube, and I don't even think
Yeah.
he podiumed. But
God damn,
that's
that's nice.
crazy.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah. So here's the question: the Salt Lake City community radio question. When did you move out to Salt Lake, and why?
I moved here in 2017. So what's that like? Yeah, 6 years now, I guess.
Yeah.
Feel like that, but yeah, summer of 2017. Pretty much just to go to college.
Hmm.
Just to go to the University of Utah. But yeah, and then ski. I mean, obviously skiing. Like I wanted to go to school and wanted to ski, so it's kind of
Yeah.
the one of the better places to do that. So yeah,
Yeah. Did you follow any friends out here? Were you like meeting up with people, or you just
kind
decided
of.
like this is the spot?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, me and Joe and Ryan Funky all kind of grew up together. So they had already moved out here like I think 6 months before I did. So yeah, we were all kind of planning on like linking up out here again because we all were skiing together for like the past like 3-4 years in Vermont. And then yeah, pretty much just decided like Salt Lake's kind of the best place to be. Or they were actually in PC for a while, but yeah, Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. So, I mean, what did you study? Did you go here like did you go out to the U to take it serious or did you just pick a major because you
Um,
needed to pick
I
one?
mean, yeah, I definitely like took it serious. I did all right, but I studied strategic communications,
Hmm.
of like marketing shit pretty much. I mean, yeah, nothing crazy. It wasn't like the hardest shit ever, to be honest. But yeah, and then I studied Spanish as well. So
Oh, that's pretty tight. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm hoping to maybe like do something with the Spanish mostly. I mean the marketing shit's cool too, but hopefully I'm trying to get out to like South America and shit at some point. Do
Dude,
that for a while.
that's awesome. You could be like Garrett Russell. I know he's been down there for
Yeah,
years.
dude, I listened to that one actually. That shit was really sick.
Yeah, dude, he was
Seems like he's got the life.
Damn, felt like it was ages ago that we recorded that. Yeah, but it looks like he's doing the same thing, just like Argentina, wherever he's at, in Japan. So
Yeah,
yeah,
not bad place to be. Yeah,
yeah. Shout out to G Funk. That was awesome that he did that so early on.
for sure.
Um, so when did you get linked up with all the child labor guys? I mean, you said that you already knew Benny from way back. So
Yeah.
what was it like you coming in?
Um, I don't know. It's like kind of kind of a mishmash, like blurry link up, I guess. But I don't know. Some of us were like knew each other already, kind of from like competing and stuff. Like me, let's see, me, Joe, and like Brawlf, Cal, Dakota. A lot of the PC kids we had already met, just from going to contests, and we would all like kick it at the contest and dick around after, like go ski and smoke weed, do whatever we were doing when we were like 16. But yeah, so a lot of us all met at contests kind of early on, and then eventually like all kind of just ended up here, and it formed pretty naturally, really. Like there was never really a sit down of like, let's be a crew or whatever. Like
Hmm.
we all just were skiing together and had made some park videos and shit, and we were all done competing, and we're just thinking like, all right, we should probably do like slap a name on this and figure something out, maybe make a street vid or something. And yeah, it wasn't really like we had these big plans or anything. We kind of just were skiing together, so we made one vid and then kind of just kept doing it. But
Yeah. So
yeah,
it kind of all just fell into place. It wasn't like you said. It wasn't like this big grand. Hey, we're gonna call it this. We're gonna do this
yeah,
for the movies. It was just natural.
exactly. Yeah, we were all kind of like we were all just hanging out like nonstop anyway, and we would all ski together. And yeah, eventually we were like, oh, we may as well just slap a name on this shit. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So I think Cal already gave us the origin story of the name, but I want to see if you have the same story. Where does the name child labor come from?
yeah. We get this question a lot. The way I remember it, we were. I don't remember what Cal said. Hopefully, it's the same shit. But
Yeah.
we were on a camping trip um in somewhere in the Uintas, and we were all driving down like super hungry. Like we just did like a night mission camping, so we didn't eat any breakfast. We just like hiked back to the whip and started driving back. It's like an hour and a half probably. We're all fucking starving, and there's like some shitty little diner in the middle of nowhere, and someone was like, oh, let's hit that diner. That's like they got like a little kid in the back or some shit. We're like, yeah, he's like a little kid. It's the child labor restaurant. And that whole trip, we had been like trying to like spitball names and shit. So someone was like, oh, child labor, like that's kind of dope. And we were like, yeah, that was all it took. One
Yeah.
person said it, and we were like, oh, it's kind of cool. Let's just do that. So I think we were kind of just like over talking about it too. So we were like, child labor, boom.
Yeah. Dude,
That
that's exactly what Cal said. So
okay,
that's
nice.
I'm calling it right now. That's the last time I'm ever asking that question on this podcast. We got two people independently told the same story. So
Word.
that's the
Yeah.
official story.
Yep. Yep. There it is.
Dude,
Yeah,
so
I haven't been back to that diner. Got to go back for old time's sake. It sucks,
we'll have
but
to plug it at some point now that they've come up twice.
yeah, I don't know what the name is. We should be they should get some royalties.
Yeah.
Some royalties.
So I didn't ask either of the previous two guys about this, but it's just occurring to me now. How difficult is it to get sponsors or even to just talk about your crew to people that don't know about it with a name like child labor? Like, are you
um
like how do you approach, just like your someone's friend's mom and be like, "Oh yeah, my crew's called child labor."
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's all I guess it is a little weird. I honestly don't love the name. Like it's whatever. It's too late now, but yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely don't love it. Like um but yeah, I don't know. I guess we just come right out and be like, yo, it's called child labor. I've never had like a negative reaction towards it. That would probably make it worse if someone was like, damn, that's fucked up, bro, or something. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely hard to put on merch for
for
sure, right?
sure. Yeah, I mean, I do all the merch and like a lot of the stuff. I'm not sure if you have seen any of the new stuff, but a lot of it just says labor.
Yeah, I
This one
think
I'm wearing right now, or actually this one says child labor, but yeah, a lot like those crew necks I just made, like the embroidered Johns were all just labor.
yeah.
But I don't know, it's cool, I guess. It's too late now, you know.
No, I
We're
think
like 18, fuck it.
I think it's a sick name. Definitely makes it funny when I go to like look up stuff about you guys and then I
Right.
have to like specify like ski afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. Kids have like commented that on the YouTube before and shit. Be like, you're like, yeah, I'm about to start getting flagged by the FBI or some shit. And you're like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
So the crew came together naturally. You guys just started filming. Um, what is this? You guys just put out your fourth movie, correct?
Yeah, fourth movie, because yeah, take three and then yeah, yep, fourth
Yeah,
movie.
so we kind of take like a broad view of it, but like how has like
Yep.
that process changed over the course of making the four movies? Because at the beginning it was probably super unstructured, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first year of the strike, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing, honestly. Like I had like barely hit street. I think I'd hit like maybe two spots in Vermont growing up, and they were like, like hardly even spots, little down rails or something. But yeah, so I guess we've just gotten progressively better over the years. But yeah, the first year was super loose. We did a lot, like I'd say like 60% of it is probably Salt Lake. Because we didn't have any like travel budget like at all. It was all just out of pocket, and we were all in school. Um, so yeah, most of that one is pretty much Salt Lake stuff, and then some of the boys went to Duluth, Minnesota for like a week or two, and then at like the very end of the year when we had like uh spring break for college, me, Cal, Zach Sturdivant, and T Stone went to Omaha, Nebraska, and those were like the two trips like of the whole season, like quick like 1 week trips. So most of the year we were kind of just trying to get shit done around Salt Lake, and then yeah, progressively like we've just been trying to travel more, and because I mean Salt Lake doesn't get all that much snow, so it's pretty hard. Like you could do it, but it'd be pretty hard to film a whole bit here.
Yeah.
It's it's pretty it's pretty scarce for good snow around here. It snows like 5 inches, then it's gone in like a day for the most part. But
Well, I think that's why it makes it like when there are Salt Lake clips, it makes them even more special because it's like, damn, like you
for sure,
actually like got to business in like the
yeah,
24-hour window that you had.
for sure, yeah. I'd say like there's exceptions. Like there's weird when I think maybe even the strike, like the first one we did, was kind of an exception. Like it was like a super good winter in Salt Lake, but yeah, for the most part, it's pretty tough around here. You got to be on it. Like you got like maybe a 3 day window when you can make some shit work. And even then, like it kind of sucks hitting a spot when it's like real low tide, you know? Like it's nice. It's nice when you're in a city and there's like 8 inches on the ground just standing.
Yeah.
Here it's not like that usually, you know.
Yeah. So when you guys like actually started planning stuff and actually, approaching the project in like an organized manner, how would
Yeah.
you decide where you're going?
Pretty much just snow, really.
Yeah.
Like we just got back, or not just got back, we got back like the 25th of January or something. But yeah, we pretty much had set dates that like worked for everybody with work schedules and stuff, because I mean like we're all working still.
Mm.
But yeah, we just had set dates early on that would work for everybody, and then we got together before and we're just like, all right, where's the snow at, and pretty much just went from there. Yeah, we went to Edmonton, Alberta, in Canada.
That's when you guys just came back from, right?
Yep. Yeah, we were there for like 2 weeks. It was dope. It was pretty good. Productive trip. It was fun.
Yeah. Before we talk about that, this is gonna completely date the episode. This isn't relevant to anything beyond this. Is it just me or is like everyone in Japan right now? Have you been seeing
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, it seems like it. Dude, I'm jealous. That sounds sick.
What the fuck is going
I
on,
was
dude? There's like
seeing
a
that
dozen people there right
in
now.
fucking Alberta being like, damn, bro. Could be in Japan right now, skiing pow. But
Yeah.
no, I'm fucking around. It was fun.
It's crazy. And then I just saw like a different story of like Mac and A Hall going out there. So right now, as of the time of recording this, February 2023, everyone's
Yeah.
in Japan. But that's gonna
Yeah.
be such an irrelevant point. Like
Yeah. It
six
seems
months.
like it though. Yeah. All of
Yeah.
Instagram is Japan clips.
Yeah, it's nuts. So I actually didn't mean to open up with this. Like, so you guys literally just got back from Alberta. When I hit you up, you guys
Yeah.
were there.
Yep.
So yeah, you want to tell us like anything about that trip?
It was sick. I had never been to Alberta before. I know like a lot of the squad had been there for to go to Calgary for like I think they used to hold some like slope style there or something, but I'd never gone to it, so I'd never been to Alberta. But it was cool. It was it's kind of a weird city, honestly. Like I know if like I don't want to talk shit on it too hard in case anybody from Edmonton's listening or something, but yeah, it's kind of a shithole, honestly. It was super cool. Like we got a lot of shit and got a lot of clips. It was good, but yeah, weird place. Super cold, like pretty bad air quality. I don't know why, but it was definitely not one of my like favorite cities I've ever been to in terms of like regular person stuff, but the skiing was super good. A lot of good spots for sure. And we met a couple kids from out there who were super cool. So yeah, shout
Oh,
out to
that's tight.
and I shouldn't talk shit on it. It was cool.
It's all right, man. Dude, sometimes, it's not like when you're in the US you're going to like the best cities either.
No, for sure. Yeah. I mean, in general, we're going to some pretty dismal places typically. Like, yeah, I said Omaha before. That's definitely up there with shittier cities I've been to. I'm not a huge fan of Omaha.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking about a lot of different stuff lately, and it's funny that these crews of people, because no one's making a ton of money, making, like home video street movies pretty much.
Yeah.
But everyone's like surprisingly well traveled because of these movies. Like everyone kind of like
Yeah.
sees a lot of different corners of the states. Like we were just talking about Japan, people go to different corners of the world. So it is cool how much travel is involved in making these videos.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it is kind of like the goal of it almost like I don't really make a dollar off this shit. So it's dope just to be able to like go to some cool places and yeah, travel around with like a lot of my best friends. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the main like the best part about it. Yeah, none of us are making money for you kids at home. If you think we are, we're not. But but it's sick that way. It's just a means to get around and make shit that we like and yeah, have some cool experiences. It's fun.
Yeah, dude, that's so sick. And so you said that at the beginning you guys didn't really have any funding. How has like the funding and the sponsorship for the projects changed over the years?
I guess just more people have been kind of down, or maybe we've gotten better at kind of hitting people up. But yeah,
And by
yeah,
people, you mean like marketing people at companies or just owners of
right.
companies?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I think yeah, honestly, shout out Benny Osno does a lot of the kind of like company outreach. I'm definitely more on like the video side. I haven't done a whole lot of that, but but yeah, I think uh yeah, he's kind of just gotten maybe better and Abrolf does a lot of that too. But yeah, I guess and also just gaining some traction I'm sure helped kind of like convince people into it, help us out a little bit with some Airbnbs and gas and shit. And I mean, Emmett should major shout out to Emmett. He's a big help with us for sure. He's done a lot for all of us
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. He's been coming up in like every episode recently. He's like the mayor of Salt Lake.
for
Uh,
sure.
when did he like get involved with you guys and start helping out?
Um, shit. I
Because
met.
he was in the most recent video, like physically at the spot.
Oh yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
he's at the spot for sure. He's out there physically. Um, no, I don't know. I met Emmett probably the first year I lived out here through. I think I met him through Pat Ring. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but
Of course, dude. Me and P Ring have
um,
been talking about a little bit, a thing or two
nice.
lately.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so I met P Ring and T Stone Thomas through we lived in the dorm buildings together. Like they lived like one building over from me. So me and my roommate, who's like a snowboarder, this dude Reed, would go hang out with them all the time. Uh, and yeah, I think Peering introduced me to Emmett because he was pretty involved with Vishnu at the time, and then yeah, kind of moved on and started doing some other stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he introduced me one day at like Brighton or something. I don't remember specifically, but and then eventually Emmett was just like, yo, do you wanna I don't even know what I was skiing on at the time, maybe like K2 or something, but I think he hit me up and was just like, yo, you should get on some V's. And I was super down.
Yeah.
That
And then the same thing basically just happened to the rest of the crew slowly over time.
I think so, yeah. I know like I think me and Dakota and maybe Brolf all kind of got on around the same season. And I think Egan too, because we were all hanging out a ton
Mm.
and like making a bunch of vids and shit. But yeah, and I think T might have already been on. Thomas might have already been on, but I don't really remember. But yeah, kind of right around the same time we all got pretty involved with Vishnu.
Yeah. That's awesome. Shout out to Emmett for supporting you guys. That's
Yeah.
super tight.
Yeah, he's the man. He's done a lot for us and me too, for sure.
Yeah. So we'll take this kind of I view you as kind of like the creative guy for child labor. I'm sure everyone's creatively involved in their own way. But I've been watching a lot of Rick Rubin lately, so I'm just warning the viewers. Like I've been watching so many of his interviews. He's all about creativity, and so I'm gonna be asking more of these questions. But like when you guys are sitting down planning this out, I'm sure it's not super formal, but like do you guys talk about like your goals for the season, like what you guys want to achieve, or is it like the general just pushing what's possible? Like how do you guys approach like the goal for the movie for the year?
We're like pretty loose with it, really. We basically
Yeah.
just decide where we want to go with like almost no planning. Like for Edmonton, we pretty much were just looking at like snow forecasts, and there's like some random maps you can find online that just show like surface, like standing snow across North America. We basically just pick a dot on the map and go there for, I mean, at least that's what we did this year. As far as like planning for the movie, we don't do much at all.
Mm.
Basically just go to a city and do what we can. And then at the end of the year, I kind of just sift through and pick out the sickest shit. Most of it goes in, really. I don't cut much, but
Mm.
last year was probably the most I'd cut, and it still wasn't a ton. But
Yeah.
yeah, for the most part, we just go and get as much as we can. Everybody hits shit they want to hit, and then we just put it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not too much of like a vision before the winter starts.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like film everything, film a lot, and then obviously people will just push themselves naturally every year.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. And like, yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Everyone kind of just finds some shit they want to hit in every city. And yeah, and we all kind of know like what each other is looking for, for the
Mm.
most part. Some people hit like all types of shit, but I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of us have pretty specific spot selection that we like. And then like I'll see a spot and be like, oh, this would be dope. Like I know so and so wants to hit this. Like Seamus Flanagan, for example, always likes hitting like really gnarly shit. He's just gnarly. So he's hitting like if I look at something and I'm like, fuck no, dude, like I'm never doing that, I'll be like, Seamus, you got this, man. Like, because I know he's down to hit something like death defying. And then yeah, everybody's kind of just got their own little like style of thing that they like hitting.
Yeah. Is there any other one that stands out like, oh, so and so likes this specific type of thing?
Shit, I'm trying to think. Maybe like I mean, Cal obviously is just like nuts and is really, really, really good at skiing. So weird. I don't even know how to explain it. Like stuff where you could do something real out of the box, like something a little weirder. I might be like, yo, Cal,
Yeah.
your shit, buddy. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. Me and I'm always looking for like ledges, kind of, or like I like kink rails too, which I feel like maybe me and Brawlf are kind of a lot of the time looking for the same stuff. But yeah, there is definitely some crossover. Like sometimes on a trip, we're all trying to hit the same thing, and it kind of sucks deciding who gets it.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the other thing too. It's like that's I'm so glad you brought that up because it's like if everyone loves a spot, how do you decide who gets the clip? Because
Yeah.
you know it, I know it, everyone knows it. Seeing the same feature spot, whatever, in a movie
Mhm.
over and over again, it just turns into a snooze fest.
For sure. Yeah, we try and keep it fairly like your spot.
Uh-huh.
There's obviously exceptions. Like if it's like a 50 stair down rail or something. Like if everyone can do something cool, that's sick. I like it's really fun to like everybody boots up and hits something together. But I don't know, when it comes to like some giant scary spot, we try and yeah, definitely be like, all right, this is you got it. But I don't really know how we pick. We kind of just maybe if someone hasn't gotten something in a couple days or they're like super like fiending to hit something, they got it. But yeah, I don't know. We don't have much of a process. I guess just whoever is like dying, like fucking dying to hit it
Yeah.
gets the
That's
right of
okay.
way.
And the last thing I'll ask, because I'm actually dying to jump into this movie, just the why not? Because it was just so good.
Yeah.
But just in terms of personality on the crew, is there anyone that's like super competitive at the spot? That's like I
Ooh.
got like you did
Um,
something sick, I'm doing something better, whether I'm going to say it or not.
I don't think so. No,
No,
I don't
nobody's
think
hardo
so.
like that.
Everyone's like pretty. No, everyone. It's like one for all. One. What's the saying? Fucking
One
all
for
for all.
all for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That. Yeah. Or fucking. I know Sanch was or fucking Meeks was talking about Sanch on his thing last year in Minnesota. Sanch kept saying part of the ship, part of the crew. So we've been saying we always be saying that.
Yeah,
But
that's a classic. That's
yeah,
great.
part of the ship, part of the crew is
Yeah.
the philosophy.
Yeah, so there's no hardo moments. It's like, nah, bro.
Now,
You
yeah,
just pulled that out,
everyone's
I'm stunned. Yeah.
yeah, it's all for one. I'm just as hyped when like Egan does something or whoever as I am when I do it, you know.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Um, all right, let's do the screen share. Let's hop in a little screen share.
Let's go.
All right, share screen. Boom. Dude, we're going full online learning with
Oh yeah.
Zoom. All right. Are you seeing just the window that has the video player pulled up?
Yeah,
Okay, sick. All
good.
right. Dude, I got my notes. If there's something off the top of your head that you want to watch, you can go for it, dude. I'm just going to like parts that I loved. Benny right off the clip with this brick ledge.
Yeah.
Fucking huge, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, that thing was crazy.
Yeah, there's some spots that I just love. I think I love like unconventional surfaces,
For
and
sure.
brick is just a great one for it.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
brick's dope. We T Stone got some sick brick shit in Edmonton that you guys listeners can look forward to. But yeah, that one was crazy. We set it up. We built it just intending for Cal to hit it, but that was one of those times where we were like, oh, someone could hit this like in a different way, you know,
Yeah.
the same setup. So Benny was like, oh, I'm trying to get up on top of there. I don't think anyone else wanted to. So yeah, that was crazy. That
Yeah.
was crazy. Emmett was at that one too. He winched us into that thing.
That's tight. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's the same spot, but if you approach it from a completely different way, then it's almost like it's a brand new spot, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that thing was crazy. It's at like Bush this park called Bush Lake. Or wait, no, is that Bush Lake? I can't remember what the park's called. It's not Bush Lake actually, but it's like this super famous park in Minnesota. There's a ton of spots there. Right down the way. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other shit. P-Bone did some shit there. There's like an old B-Dog clip where he goes like it's like a C ledge to a down rail, and he like slid the C ledge to back swap to the rail, which was really sick. But it's all at the same park. I hit a spot there too, and why not the like rail to ledge thing? I did like a front three swap or something, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a sick zone. Like it's a huge park, and there's multiple very dope spots in there.
Yeah. So I actually was thinking I was thought the other day a great Instagram account. I'll just give this idea away for free. If any kids bored at their house, collecting all the clips from any movie for these different spots. Because you mentioned like you just know in your mind, oh, so and so hit this spot. at this park in whatever movie. Just like some sort of catalog of that would be awesome. Because like,
Yeah.
how do you even stay on top of that and
Yeah,
not do the same trick or do a super similar trick on the same spot? Like, is that something you guys think about? I
for
mean,
sure.
kind of have to think about it. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. When we yeah, we talk a lot about that, try and avoid the ABDs as much as possible. Sometimes it just happens because you don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, we definitely try and stay on top of it. Like Brawl, I was just talking to Brawlf actually because we're going to Finland in like 3 days, and we were like, we're gonna be chilling with Harold and some of the Zoot Space guys are going out there too, and we're like, dude, we gotta watch all the 4A shit and like really remember what they did, But
Yeah.
yeah, we try and stay on top of it for sure.
Dude, you're dropping a couple gems. Finland in a few days. A little sneak peek at the next Labor movie.
Yeah, yeah.
That's tight.
For the viewers at home, yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
Finland. Small crew, not the whole crew's going, but I'm pretty stoked about it.
Yeah. That's sick. So next clip I have, I mean, I think this is still the opener. It's just Cal hitting an abnormally long Z rail and with
Hmm.
like a few like a waterfall feature in it. So I think that's the end of the opener, right?
I believe so. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's yep.
So first, that I mean, that spot's insane. Cal is just like an amazing, talented skier. But how do you decide what goes in the opener and then what goes? I don't know if you guys really did segments for this. You kind of did like loose segments, but how do you decide like, okay, this goes in the intro versus this is going to be like the ender for somebody's segment?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty. This year there wasn't. In past years we've kind of all sat down at certain points. This year was for the most part I was just kind of alone in my room, like
Hmm.
working on it for hours, but I don't really know what my process was. I mostly let the I try and like I know all the songs I want to use kind of, and then from there kind of just start messing around and see what works and what doesn't. But I mean, I knew I wanted to have the opener be like a banger, not like I feel like there's a tendency in a lot of videos to have the opener seg be kind of like a really B-roll heavy and like slow like warm up kind of thing. I knew I didn't want to do that. So yeah, I pretty much just knew what song I wanted to use, and then knew I had to put some real heaters in there. But
Yeah, I
which
I
is
like
why this one's the ender of it, obviously, because that shit was really crazy.
yeah. I think I think now like in the age of it's kind of coming back, but like video premieres, the
Hmm.
intro typically like back when video premieres were huge, you know, the intro is what gets the crowd fired up for the rest of the movie, you know?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
you gotta come out hot. So everyone's like, "Oh shit, like I can't wait to see the next 15 to 20 minutes of this video."
Yeah,
You
I
know?
do. I do kind of try and think about that a little bit when I'm making these. We have done we've tried to do a premiere for every. I think we have, or one of them was COVID, so I think we couldn't do it. But other than that, like every vid we've done at least a small premiere, and I do kind of try and think like, how would this play in front of 50 people live, not just like some dude watching it with headphones on,
Yeah.
So it's sick to have it open like I guess as a whole this year I wanted it to just play like fast kind of like not no points where you're like, how long is this shit? Because I knew it was gonna be long, so I just wanted it to like play and be sick like through. Like I didn't want it to be boring. So I tried to keep it pretty slim as far as like filler B-roll kind of stuff goes.
Yeah. I don't think were there any huge B-roll segments in this. There's some B-roll towards the end where we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Like there's some
Yeah, I guess
great like flavor shots in this, but there's not like huge B-roll segments.
yeah, I guess like the last seg you can maybe say is sort of B-roll heavy, but
Okay.
I also kind of tried to sprinkle some crazy ones in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that was my idea going into it. Just try and make it as like slim, I guess, as possible. Like no extra like bullshit.
Yeah, just bangers,
Yeah,
just
just
yeah.
just bangers or like shit that we think is really sick.
Yeah. Um there's so many different rabbit holes we could go down. I'll ask you this question that I was wondering. Like you mentioned that you already have the ideas for the music when you're going into edit.
Yeah.
How do you source the music that you want?
Um, shit, I don't know. I mean, I just have like I guess I just like music. I try and keep like a be finding shit a lot. I try and like search for stuff, or I'll have like playlists that I know would work well with something, I guess. So I'll just say like throughout the entire year, I'm trying to just save stuff, or I don't know. I'm trying to think. I guess last year for like the segment, I think it's the one right after this with the Chief Keef song. That one we were just running like the whole winter so hard, and or yeah, it does this weird little like classic music thing, but
Yeah.
yeah, in the like Chief Keef segment, that song we were just running like super, super, super hard the entire trip. So like that kind of stuff, for example, there's certain things where we're all super into it and it's been actually been like playing at the spot and like on the way where we're like, oh, we got to use that, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's probably one of my favorite segs just for that reason, because I know we were like really listening to that a lot the whole season. So
That's sick, dude. I like that. So it's like I don't know, it's like what's that filming style? Dog Me 95, is that what it is?
I
No.
think I've yeah, maybe heard of that.
Yeah. Yeah, Dog Me 95. It's like but basically one of the tenets is like you use only sounds that are actually in that scene. So it's kind
Yeah.
of funny that you inadvertently did that.
Yeah.
It's stuff that you guys were actually playing at the spot and then you just use that
Yeah. No,
for
and I
the
know
actual
like
edit.
you also like you mentioned there isn't truly like person segments in it.
Yeah.
But I do try sometimes to like if I know someone's like big like or at least my favorite clip of them, I try and like put it in a song that they are gonna really fuck with, you know. Like
Yeah.
I know Sam, for example, like really fucked with that Chief Keef track. So I put this quad king in that part because I was the like that lip slide he does on that super big quad. I was like, oh, all right, that's got to be the ender of that Chief Keef one because I know Sam really will fuck with that versus
Yeah.
like some like sad rock shit or something that he's not really gonna like, you know?
Yeah. So like yeah, so you have like kind of a lot of different audiences in mind when you're editing it. It's like the general public, the person that's actually in the video. So that's a lot
Yeah,
of stuff to balance.
yeah, I suppose so. For music for the most part, I think everyone I like to think everyone kind of trusts me and I'll pick something good, but
Mhm.
yeah, people also like people weigh in for sure on the music now and again, which is nice.
Yeah. Are any of these guys ever coming up to you? Because like lead editor, that's pretty big responsibility. You're telling the story. Do any of these guys ever come up to you after watching a rough draft and are like, bro, this ain't it?
No, I don't think anyone has, but no, but everyone's welcome to. I'm
Yeah.
down to hear it for sure. But no, everyone's always like super cool about it, always into it. So
Oh, that's sick. So they don't do it, but they're comfortable. They feel comfortable doing it if they needed to.
yeah, and I mean no one's like in the dark or anything. Like throughout the no one's really like sitting there while I'm editing, but throughout the process, everyone's like coming through and watching and like here's this seg, all this shit. But yeah, so everyone like no one's really like there being like, yo, the slow mo needs to be a little longer right here. But everyone's like around watching bits and pieces, you know.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, that's just so fun. I remember, like, I don't know if I've ever told this on the podcast, but like, I got into skiing originally just by filming at the mountain, and like, it's so fun chopping it up and then showing people, and then they're like just fired up about it.
Yeah,
That's
it's the
just such,
best.
yeah, it's such a great experience.
Every year we do like a little like just all like 20 homies, like everyone in the crew and then all of our like close friends all link up and watch it just at someone's house like when it's the first viewing is
Yeah,
always super fun. It's like my
dude.
favorite part of making them.
Yeah. So we'll go back to the edit. 8 minutes in, somebody says, I don't know who says it. Somebody says you guys have been shoveling the spot for like 3 hours. for this however many
Yeah.
stair, like 35 stair quad kink.
Yeah.
What was good with that? Because this can kind of
Um,
lead us into the conversation about how miserable some of these spots can be.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that one was in Quebec City. It's a pretty famous one. I think, or I know JF Hool did a Nose Butter 2 onto it like a long time ago in a level 1 movie. It was really sick. But anyway, yeah, we went there thinking it would just be like a quick thing. It was out of school. So we went on a Saturday, like kind of waited to go there. And yeah, we pulled up and it was literally buried, like you couldn't even see the rail. All you could see was the flat to down kinks, like the little tip of them sticking out.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah, when we were in Quebec, it was like an insane amount of snow. We were digging out, we were doing insane dig outs, like chest deep snow. And not just like snow, like Quebec City, like cement snow. It was pretty brutal, honestly. That one sucked. It literally took, yeah, probably about I don't know, 5 hours. We pulled up probably 11 a.m. and I think Sam was hitting it like into the sunset. It was a whole fucking day for sure.
Yeah.
That was a long one.
Yeah. Well, that ties perfectly into Benny's viewer question. Benny said, "Who in the crew is worst at shoveling?"
Where's the shoveling? Oh fuck. Oh man, I don't know.
It's time for
I know
some
who,
call
I
outs, bro.
feel like I know who he wants me to say. Maybe T Stone. I'm sorry, T, if you're listening to this. He's good, but sometimes he just isn't going super hard, kind of just chilling. But he is good too. Like everyone puts their work in for sure.
But
But
T Stone a little bit less than others.
yeah, yep. Yeah, fuck you, T. No, I'm kidding. He shovels. He's a shoveler. We're all
Yeah.
shovelers. But yeah, maybe T a little bit, but for the most part, he's pretty damn good. Everyone grinds. Like he was at this spot, and he was definitely putting work in
Yeah.
heavily.
And I mean, we could flip it on its head. Who at the spot is the best shoveler? Like, is there anyone that's doing more work than everyone else?
Best shoveler. I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe like maybe Shamo or something. Seamus shovels pretty, or maybe I'm just saying that because Seamus is super good at building lips. Seamus is like a lip artist. He just gets them right. He knows how to build them perfectly.
Yeah.
Maybe Seamus just for that reason.
Are you so? I mean, four projects now. Have you guys got like? Has your spot preparation gotten just like exponentially better over the years? Because at
I would
first, I
say
mean,
so.
if you're an urban rookie, then it's like, dude, it's probably terrible. But at this point, you guys have a lot of practice.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely got better. We definitely like we got it down to a science now, especially if there's a lot of homies pulling up. Well, yeah, we got that shit ready in like 10 minutes. But yeah, back in the day we were setting shit up like pretty loose and just weird. And you also over time you figure out just like speed, like what's gonna work. Like will it drop in work here? Can we build pump bumps or do you like need a winch or something? Yeah, I think we've gotten better at just vetting like what's gonna work and what's not, sort of speed wise and like build wise. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've definitely gotten better. For the first year, we had no fucking clue what we were doing.
But you still did it. Like I think that's like the a very important point. It's like I love talking to you guys about the early days because it's like everyone starts off as just some idiot that doesn't know anything that just wants to
Yeah,
try it.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and also like Salt Lake's kind of maybe a good spot to kind of get into it too, because there's a lot of pretty welcoming zones. Like everybody knows Rail Gardens, honest, obviously.
Mhm.
You can go to Rail Gardens, it's probably set up and like hit a street rail for the first time, you know.
Yeah. Like it
Well,
just
actually, not anymore. They're fucking giving people tickets and shit. But back in the day, it was like super mellow. You could go hang out there all day and hit a little street down rail forever. But
yeah. That was just like ready out the box. Like
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Um Cool. All right, let's we'll keep watching a little bit more. Let's see. I just got random notes back and forth. Let's see. I like the tap out of this one right here.
Thank you.
Nice with it. Yep, that was
Thank you.
fresh. um, but there's a standout clip. There's the standout clips coming up, I think. Like this is a lot of shots of you in this like general area of the movie.
Yeah, I tried to cram most of my stuff into the end of this song just because I like this song, but
Yeah. So first of all, you have this beautiful police officer. Like,
bro.
come on,
Yeah. No, yeah, that was a topic of discussion for a while. There that was a very the most beautiful police officer we've ever seen. We were talking about that Lil Wayne track, Mrs. Officer.
Yeah.
We were talking about like, oh, we should make a seg to that and like have her in it, but
Yeah.
but it didn't work out. But yeah, yeah, she was beautiful.
And then boom, you bust out with like probably your craziest hit of the entire movie in the very next shot. How many kinks is that? What is it? One, two, three, four, five, six. Six kink. Barely hanging on at the end too.
Yeah, I got loose in there for sure.
Yeah.
I got super
So I
loose.
mean, is there a good backstory behind that? It was at that same spot that that police officer was at, right?
Yep. Yeah, same spot. I was hitting it for like not long at all. I think the make was like 15th try or something,
Hmm.
or like 20th try, which is in the grand scheme of things, like compared to other spots, not very many. And then yeah, that cop pulled up and was like yelling at us, super pissed. And we got some friends in Quebec who speak French, like some native French Canadian homies. And our buddy Cam, shout out to Cam, fucking best dude ever, was there and kind of like negotiated with her and was like, please, can you get like a little longer? And like talk to her for like 10 minutes and we're all just sitting there like straight face because we don't know what they're saying. None of us speak French. So yeah, and he talked her into letting me hit it. I think she said like 45 minutes, which is pretty
Holy
generous.
shit! Yeah, that's
Yeah, pretty
crazy.
generous as far as like usually a cop is like you can hit it one more time and then you got to go. But yeah, I think she said 45 and I kept hitting it for 45 minutes just cuz I wanted to get one where I didn't like lift up my foot
Hmm.
um on some like loose shit. But yeah, I didn't end up I like got smoked a couple times, didn't get it. She came back and she was pissed when she came back because she said 45 and I think it was like an hour. So
Yeah.
she was pretty mad. So we just dipped. But yeah, and then but looking back on it, I honestly kind of like that it's pretty like loose and crazy.
Well, like the looseness of it shows how sketchy the spot is.
Right.
Like hitting
Yeah.
everything perfect all the time doesn't really show the viewer how gnarly it is.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of down with it. I in the moment I was like, fuck, I wish I got to like get a cleaner one and shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, now I'm kind of like, damn, it's sick that it's super loose, just like look mad crazy on the rail.
Well, dude, and then your reaction afterwards is just awesome. Just like,
Yeah, I thought I was fucking dead, dude. I thought I was catching and like tacoing the rail or something.
yeah, fuck, dude. Yeah, that was just like, yeah, standout clip from the movie for sure. Like, that's
Thank you.
that's probably your best clip, right?
Yeah, I would say so. It's probably one of my favorite ones I've gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was super hyped. I was hyped on it too because my buddy Robbie Meehan, who's a snowboarder, you know the dust box, they do like snowboard
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, he hit it like 2 years previous. And when I was going there, he sent it to me and was like, bro, you gotta hit this. Like, that'd be so sick if we both get the same rail, like you on skis, me on a snowboard. And there's actually a dust box sticker on the telephone pole as you see me riding in. So I remember like right after I got it, I called him, was like, yo, Robbie, like I got that rail. Like there's a fucking dust box sticker on the pole as I'm coming in. Like
Yeah.
it's like I don't even know where it is, but I know you can see it at some point. But yeah, it was pretty funny. So I was yeah, it's like
Right
waiting,
there.
yeah, right there. Like
That's great.
yeah, and those are like my good homies. Like I lived with all those dudes in one fucking tiny house, like six of us for like multiple years. So
Yeah.
It's always sick when I can hit something that they hit and be like, yo, we both hit that thing. That's sick.
That's so tight. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Dude, that's funny. Like a little, dude, an Easter egg in the movie. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Next one I have. My notes are very cryptic, but I suspect I know what shot this is. I just wrote 11:45 face down bail. I think this is the one where you just rag. This is you,
Oh
right? Is
yeah.
this you or no? I can't
Yeah,
tell.
yeah, that's me. That's the one
Yeah.
I was saying was at the same park as that Benny clip.
Bro, and then just a total ragdoll.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was funny. I was doing that a lot last winter for some reason. Everyone was saying like, "Yo, you got to put your like hands up or something."
Yeah. So was this the movie where Cal broke his jaw, or was that take three?
That was last year. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he
I mean,
broke
were
his
there any
jaw.
other big? Obviously, I'm not saying that this is a big bail. Like this is, I wrote that down because it was funny. But
Yeah, right,
like,
right.
were there any big bails shooting this movie?
Shit, I'm trying to think. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Little stuff where like someone maybe like bruises their shit really bad or like
Yeah.
maybe kind of bonk their head pretty hard and like take a couple weeks off. But
Mm,
no, other than Cal's jaw, I think that was like the main like big injury. Other than that, I think we kept it pretty safe for the most part. I've yeah, I've had a lot of knee shit in the past, like through the years, but last year kept it kept it clean. Nothing went wrong. And yeah, I don't other than Cal's jaw, I think that was the only bad one.
yeah. And I think this like the debate between helmet versus non-helmet, it's like talk to death, and it's like it honestly doesn't even matter. Do
Yeah.
what you want, but like is Cal like one of the only guys wearing a helmet at the spot? Because I know that he's like just
Yeah,
rocks the flap rim with the bucket.
he goes back and forth. Like there's definitely spots where he's not running it, and then there's spots where he is. I for sure support it. I don't think it like makes your clip not fucking cool or anything.
Yeah,
It's like it's just a personal opinion, I guess, like how you want your shit to look.
yeah,
But no, I don't I don't think it's whack or anything. But yeah, he goes back and forth between wearing it and not wearing it. I think Zach Sturdivant wears his quite a bit as well.
hmm
But yeah, I back the dome piece.
yeah. I
I've
mean,
worn it. I think I've worn it at a spot once or twice. It's just like I don't know. We've talked about it. Like sometimes you get like something super gnarly and then watch the clip and you're like, fuck, I wish I wasn't wearing a helmet. Like I would look pretty G with no helmet. But to
dude.
the kids at home, wear a helmet. It's don't fuck your head
Oh
up.
yeah, if you're not good like at all, even if you're like kind of good, you should definitely
Yeah, I mean, we
strongly
like,
consider wearing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If any of us had a fucking brain, we'd wear a helmet. But
Yeah. I do think it is always funny when you watch a video the whole time dude's not wearing a helmet, and then for like the biggest trick of the movie,
yeah, just one
slaps the
helmet.
bucket up.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's funny. Like if someone has no helmet the whole time and then put it on once, it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, like I guess like if you just
I
have
get it though. I get it.
if you see them in the run-in with a helmet on, you're like, okay, shit, the next clip is probably gonna be pretty big.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
sure.
see. 12:35. I think I just yeah, a little ledge action. But
Yeah,
I marked this down because TallT Dan's in the movie too.
yeah, yeah. He is. Yep.
That's another like little cameo in the middle of
Yeah,
the movie that's like pretty much unaddressed. He's just there.
yeah. That's
That's
one
it.
of big shout out to Dan too. Dan's the fucking man. He's like been very supportive of us over the years. He's the shit.
Yeah.
He's cool. That's one of my favorite clips, honestly, just because we were in Quebec City at the same time as all the keep standing guys.
Oh yeah. That's
And
sick.
yeah, they were setting up this thing.
That's Jackson right there in your clip.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Jackson right there. He was hitting it with me and Cal just for fun, but yeah, that was that was one of my favorites just because all those dudes were there. So it was fun. Like we were all kind of just kicking it at this weird little park. It was super warm, good like end of the trip,
Yeah.
mad warm day, all of us just hanging. It was fun.
Dude, I love
Those
that
two,
spot. It
we
just
love
it
we love
honestly looks like it's out
and
of this spot looks like it's out of like a skate video. I love it. Like there's
hell
so
yeah.
much concrete, like in buildings everywhere. It's just fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, that's a Quebec City classic too. B Dog hit that back in the day. I think he did
Mm.
like two on like Nolly two or some kind of like B Dog press vibe on the flat. But yeah, he has a really sick clip on that.
Yeah,
Quebec's hard. There's a lot of stuff in Quebec that's been like pretty pretty fucked on over the years, but
yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think anyone switched to it. Who knows?
Nah, it turned out great, man. Yeah. So I noted that one. Love any slide on concrete, but then to see Dan celebrating in the outrun, that's funny.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Dan is sick. Dan's the fucking man.
let's see. This is the last clip that I highlighted, I think. Is this the closer? No, closer's coming up. No, am I tweaking? Let's see. What am I looking for, dude? Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This so you want to give the backstory behind this clip? I don't even know. It's
So I actually wasn't there for this one. This is the first one you brought up that I wasn't there.
really,
This
yeah.
was in Ohio. So after Minnesota, like Benny, Cal, Egan, and Emmett just kept going, like kept driving east. Or I guess, yeah, east from there. And yeah, they went to Ohio. So that's where that was. But yeah, unfortunately I wasn't there to witness that greatness, but
Yeah, I
that
mean,
one
you
is
want to give
fucking
you want to
insane.
give a breakdown of what's happening for like the audio listeners,
Egan's dropping switch tails on this gigantic DFD.
and then there's then the this
Oh
one,
yeah, and then here we go. Yeah, the gigantic kink ender. I don't even know how many kinks it is. What is that? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine,
it's like
eight.
yeah, it's like eight with like a donkey at the end. Yes, it's
Yeah,
like
eight with a
lip
donkey.
on, dude. That's like
Yeah,
easily over 100 feet long.
yeah, an insane lip slide, and then yeah, he's going so fucking fast towards the end of this thing. He's nuts, dude. Egan is my favorite skier by far. He's the sickest ever.
Is he liable to hit some rails like this regularly? Like, is this
For
kind of
sure. Oh
yeah,
yeah, he's liable to hit whatever, dude. He's the sickest. You
yeah,
honestly got to get him on here. He's fucking dope.
dude. We'll work our way through all of child labor
For
slowly
sure.
but surely,
For
because
sure.
everyone requests it every time. It's like, who do you want to see on the show? They're like, dude, just
Really?
anyone.
That's sick.
Yeah, there's a couple like diehards that are always just saying, yo, just anyone from child labor.
Hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
dope.
So
Shout
now,
out
I mean,
to
here's the
guys.
clip in full speed. You could see how fast he's going down this rail. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah, that shit
super
was crazy.
super understated reaction at the end. You see Emmett
Yeah,
filming
he's
up
just
top.
blank face. Like, yep, there's Emmett. Yeah, he filmed the top angle.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean that was just did you when you finally got your hands on that clip, did you know that was gonna be the ender?
Yeah, immediately. The second I saw it, I was like, oh, that's Ender for sure. No question.
Dude.
Yeah, that was one of the most insane ski clips I think I've ever seen. That rail is fucked up. Anybody who goes through, I think it's in Cleveland. If you want to go look at that thing, it is nuts. I was speaking of the dust box. They tried to hit it too. I don't think none of them got it.
Yeah.
It's like I can't remember one of them counted the stairs as they were walking up, and I think they said it's like 110 or something. But it is a big fucking rail.
Yeah. That is crazy, dude. And
Yeah,
then
his face after you mentioned just
yeah,
like blank reaction. It's pretty funny. But I get it. Like he hit it for a long ass time. He was probably just like, oh fuck.
thank
Thank
God
God
it's
that's
over.
over.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, and then I think this is one of the best parts of the movie. It kind of seals the deal on some of the best movies of all time, dude. I think back on like Eat the Guts, great outro. Zoo Space, even though the whole movie is crazy, great outro. And it's always you have to have a great song if you're gonna have a great outro, and you nailed it on the outro for this movie for this movie, dude.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's just
thank you.
so good. And
Yeah, I
so, like
love
you
that
said,
track. It's a good
yeah.
one. Feel good song.
And so this is where you put a lot of the B-roll. Like this is where all the
Mhm.
like the personality stuff is.
For sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
that house was pretty funny.
Yeah, you want to give a quick run through of like the situation with the house? I think Cal
Yeah,
maybe walked
yeah,
us through
Cal
it.
maybe touched on it. It was Rolf's parents bought a crib and they were knocking it down and building a new house on like this big plot of land type shit in Minneapolis. So yeah, we were going out there and they were basically like, yeah, you guys can stay there. Like it's like 2 weeks till it gets demolished or something. So you guys can just go nuts, like do whatever you want, which was it was pretty funny. We had like the whole child labor squad, and then a lot of the Zoot Space guys were staying with us too. And yeah, we were all in this fucking pretty big crib, as you can see from the thing. Like, not the kind of place we're usually staying in. So yeah, it was pretty fun. We were skiing through the house, and like, yeah, that day it was like fucking so cold, like -10 or something, like too cold to go hit the spot. So we were like, oh, let's just film a bunch of shit at the house.
Yeah.
We're just like skiing down stair sets and stuff in the house. Pretty fun.
Dude, I love it. And then yeah, here's more. Like this is like the jackass type of shit that
Yeah.
most people
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I was pretty over it by the end, honestly. The place was fucking destroyed, but it was fun. It was fun while it lasted.
yeah. And then dude, I this is the part I was talking about earlier. Anything from this elementary school, like this P-roll right here of Brawlf with the kids.
That's Shamo, actually. That's
Oh,
Shamo.
is it?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
that's
tweaking.
Shamo.
Yeah, yeah.
No, yeah, but Brawlf like hit the rail next to it, which
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't see why you think it's Brawlf. But yeah,
Yeah. Dude, so Seamus,
that clip
Seamus with the kids,
that clip
dude.
is sick. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
I think school was like in session when we were doing that, which is like we would never do that usually. But it was like it was kind of like where we were at was like a recreation center or something. And then yeah, like that rail was like a rec center.
yeah, and here's
And then
Brawlf
the
in
kids
this
went to
clip,
school
yeah.
like across the street and like walked over. Typically, like we would never like go to a school when it's open because you're just like gonna get busted. But
Yeah.
yeah, this was a weird exception where they were like out at recess and shit, just like at the spot. It was pretty funny.
Dude, and
They were so juiced. It was hilarious.
yeah, and the teacher running over too, dude. It's
Yeah,
just
dude, they
so
were honestly into it too. I think they were like kind of
yeah.
hyped.
Oh, I think I'm gonna use like the song from the outro for like the intro and outro music of this episode. I wish we could be
Word.
playing it, but YouTube would jack us up. But
True.
just with the music playing in the background, this clip is just all time.
Yeah, that's a good one. We were laughing pretty hard at that when we watched it.
It's so
They all started jumping up and down with him.
yeah, dude.
That's a
That's
good
great.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just great. Rolf with the like the dirt bike long sleeve on, that's
Yeah.
pretty tight.
Yeah, the like Fox racing. That's
Yeah, some snowboard clips in it. Just
yeah,
dude,
that's our
just a
boy.
great movie.
Ben Marmer. Major shout out Ben Marmer. He's the
Yeah.
sickest.
And then, you know, just part of like your creative process, like how do you decide what goes in the outro? Like there's some banger clips in the outro.
Yeah. I don't really know. I guess I
Just
definitely
whatever
like
comes to.
saved a couple bangers and then there were a couple like B clips that we maybe weren't gonna use and I was like, oh, we'll chuck them in the outro.
Yeah.
And then like yeah, some random slams, a lot of funny stuff, like the Seamus clip with the kids
Yeah, dude.
and then yeah, we just knew the Zach Sturdivant Stuvie, we call him, clip had to be in the outro just because I don't know, switchbacky.
Firecracker.
Yeah, for the real labor heads, for the real fans out there, they know about the previous attempt at a switchbacky into the stair set, and it was fucked up. So
Yeah.
I'd
That
want
was
to,
from a few movies ago though, but that was probably one
yeah,
of the gnarliest bails you guys have ever had in any of the
yeah,
movies.
that was bad. That was like the most like, yeah, that was bad. I'm glad he's okay. That sucked. I thought he was, yeah, that was really scary, but he got it though. It was a long time coming. He finally did a switch backflip into a stair set.
So this was him attempt like he was the dude in the previous attempt.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah, and I think it was Don't Fret. It was in
Yeah.
Duluth. Um, yeah, he tried it on something that did not make sense. This one made a lot more sense for sure.
Yeah, dude. If I remember that other one correctly, it was essentially like just a truss fall onto a stair set, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It was
Yeah,
like it was not like a lip. It was like a
flat.
I hit the spot to the down rail next to it and it was like a cliff drop. Like it
Yeah,
was not a lip. Yeah, when he said it, I was like, "Are you sure, man?" He insisted, but yeah,
yeah,
that was scary. I'm glad he's all right from that one. Came
dude.
back to came back to avenge himself.
Yeah, with the fisheye too. That's a great shot.
Yeah, that shit was pretty sick.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, I mean, did you? So before I stop the screen share, do you feel like there's any clips from the movie that you're like, oh, like we got to talk about this one? Like we covered a lot of the highlights of it.
Shit, I don't know. Maybe the Brolf's ender was a big one, I think. Just because he this motherfucker hit it for literally, I don't know, man, 4 hours. He I can't remember the number that I had, like it'd probably be like midway somewhere, but
Yeah.
he fully hit it like a fucked up amount of times. I think it's the ender of the next seg, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
it's the one that's like an elbow at the top. It goes like down, elbow, quad kink.
Oh,
But
that's fun too.
it was pretty crazy. It's definitely like the longest I've seen someone hit something in my entire life.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts. Yeah, it's the ender of this seg, yeah.
Okay, sick. That's huge. We're coming up
Yep,
on.
yeah, it's this
Yeah,
clip
here
right.
it is. Yeah, because he's just so gassed afterwards. I remember.
Dude, yeah, it was nuts. He hit this thing for so fucking long.
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
like behind the scenes, my fucking camera batteries were all dead, and I was like switching them out, trying to suck the last little bit of juice out of them. And he got it when the camera literally was like blinking red, like 1 minute, whatever, like seconds from dying. Like the
yeah,
second he got it, I like switched and like made sure it filmed. Because
dude,
yeah, we were just there for so damn long. That was pretty heroic. It was a crazy one.
that is awesome. Have you ever? I mean, not you or anyone else on the crew. Has there ever been a shot that's been missed?
Um, Damn, I'm sure there has. I'm trying to think of an example.
It's good that there's not an example that immediately sticks out. Like, yeah, he
Yeah,
got it and
we've
then never
we've
got it again.
never missed one like super important, I don't think,
Yeah,
luckily. But I mean, there's definitely been ones where we like film it a little weird or like maybe crop somebody's head or something.
yeah,
You can usually get away with that for the most part. But yeah, I don't think we've ever like fully just botched something like.
yeah. I just completely dropped the ball.
Yeah, I try to be. I'm pretty paranoid about like losing clips and shit. I back my hard drives up like crazy just because it's like my worst nightmare to like hit up someone and be like, "Yo, I lost all your shit." But yeah, I try and be pretty safe with it.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing now. I get that way with the podcast sometimes. If I got like
Yeah,
5 episodes saved up and the only place they're at is on my laptop, I'm like, fuck. If
yeah,
this gets stolen or like anything right now, I'm not re-recording these because that like it's just
yeah,
too much to lose at that point.
yeah. I keep my hard drive pretty safe. I try and be real careful about it.
Yeah. All right, dude. You want to rip some viewer questions? That was like,
Yeah, get into it.
all right, we're back. This is always my favorite part because this is easiest for me and you. We'll just run through a couple quick questions and let the viewers do all the work.
Let's do it.
Um, so first viewer question. Sometimes we let it go by the wayside. Sometimes I'll ask it. You got any hot takes? You got anything that you're
Hot
dying to get
takes?
off your chest?
Like controversial shit
Yeah, yeah.
that they're looking for. I don't know. Maybe big, really big pants.
Wear them.
Yeah, no, maybe don't wear them.
Oh,
That shit
don't
kind of,
wear them.
yeah. I don't know. I think baggy pants are cool, but I think people get a little carried away with it sometimes. Like keep it in check. I think, yeah, to a degree, sometimes people are wearing pants that are like comically large. Like
Yeah, especially when
make
the
them
wind catches
baggy.
them,
Like,
dude.
yeah, like it's sick if they're baggy, but I don't want to see them flapping in the wind. People probably disagree with me on that, but I don't know. I wear pretty like my pants are baggy, but I try and keep them pretty normal, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just yeah, I don't like when I see a clip and the pants are literally like flapping in the wind like a flag. Like I don't want to see that. But yeah, I guess that's my hot take.
No, it's a good hot take because I don't know. Maybe we'll see the pendulum
Definitely a
swing the other
trend.
way, dude.
Definitely a trend these days. Everyone's wearing really big pants.
Yeah, we'll see how many seasons it lasts for, dude. I think
Yeah.
we'll see. All right, so then we'll move into the section I call "What's your favorite?" because everyone recently people just love to say, "What's your favorite this? What's your favorite that?" You know
Yeah.
what? These are easy questions to just rip. Uh, let's see. We'll start with Cade. What's the best place to ski in Utah? He didn't specify resort or street spot, so I'm gonna throw
Okay.
it at you and say answer for both.
Damn. Best resort all around Brighton for sure.
Mm,
You can ski like sick pow shit, bunch of cliffs, everything's super accessible. It's a little busy this year, I've noticed. A little hard to get up there on a pow day. You got to be up early, but yeah, Brighton is the shit for sure. Park's super fun. And yeah, the terrain is really fun on when you get a bunch of snow. So yeah, I would say Brighton for resort. Street spot, shit, I don't know. Rail Gardens is cool if you want to go dick around. There used to be this place in Little Cottonwood or like Cottonwood Heights that we called Horse Park. It was like we never really made much there. There was like an old Instagram video that we made, but they've since tore it out. But that would be my answer, but it's gone now. There's like
yeah,
a park with this weird DFD like elbow thing, which was surprisingly mellow. It was just a fun spot to go like hang out and everyone ski, like not even film anything, just go kick it there and ski.
yeah, that's fun. Um, all right, Colton. Favorite street segment slash edit of all time?
Mm, that's a tough one. Um, damn, I should have prepared. Let's see.
Dude, it's all right. This is one that's like
I'd
surprisingly
say
difficult.
a lot of like Hornbeck parts, maybe like Hornbeck and After Dark. Yeah, maybe Hornbeck and After Dark. I always loved that seg when I was a kid, and just Mike Hornbeck in general. He's really sick,
Yeah.
obviously, but yeah. And then best like park edit. I don't know. Best edit as far as like park and street shit goes. Jay Nilla full boast is really sick. It's like an old, yeah, Jens Nilsson, I believe is how you pronounce it, but Jay Nilla full boast for the kids at home. If you haven't seen that, that is a really, really sick video. There's park shit and like a bunch of really gnarly street stuff in it. It's a really, really sick video. It's probably on the bunch Vimeo, I would think. It's pretty old, but it's a super, super good one. Always loved that, dude.
Sick. All right, Adam, what's favorite city you've hit street in?
Ooh, probably Quebec. Probably Quebec City.
Damn.
Yeah, really loved Quebec. Probably partly because we got some homies out there, but also just fun place to be. Feels like you're like pretty far from home because everyone's speaking French. Good spots, good snow. Went out a couple times. Fun night on the town, one or two times. So yeah,
Yeah,
Quebec rules.
that's awesome, dude. For East Coast kids, like for the actual like teenagers listening, go to Quebec.
Yeah,
8 hours from Connecticut or whatever,
yep,
and it's like you're a world away. Different
yeah.
language, different culture, different food. It's awesome, dude. Big bang
For
for your
sure.
buck.
Yeah, I wish I went sooner. For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, there's been some good times up there. Um, Ganoza, favorite song used in child labor video, and then what's your
Ooh.
favorite child labor video or edit?
Damn. Favorite song in the vid this year would probably be maybe the Chief Keef one, just because it was so like everyone loved it. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of songs in there that I'm like really, really into and love personally. But yeah, I know that Chief Keef one, like everyone was super hyped on it. And yeah, like I said, we had been listening to that shit like nonstop. So I think everyone was super hyped when I put it in there. So yeah, probably that one. If not, the the song with like the Quebec Kink I hit. It's by a band called I Hate God. I really like that song too.
Sick. And then he said, "What's your favorite child labor video or edit?"
Oh yeah, okay. Damn.
Dude, you could even pick a sleeper, like one of those
There's a
3 minute
lot.
edits. Yeah.
I like that Brighton video I made last year of I think it was like me, Gnoza, Rolf. There were a bunch of homies in there. I don't even remember what I called it. Um, yeah, I don't remember what it's called. It has a Deftones song in it. I don't know if that helps
Let's
at all,
narrow it
but
down.
yeah, helps narrow it down. But it was yeah, last year's Brighton edit with the Deftones song. I like that edit in a in an editing sense. I like how that one came out. And then
Was it Good Times for a Change? Was that it?
yeah, Good Times for a Change. That's what it's called. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then maybe EC at PC1. That one's super good too. Because
Yeah.
they're gnarly. Do a bunch of crazy shit in there.
Dude, I'm kind of sleeping on the edits. I gotta beef up on these because there's like you guys have so many videos like in between these movies. I gotta get on my
Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few. We try and make some park edits in between.
yeah. Let's see. All right, we'll finish up the favorites. Egg Foden.
Like Foden.
What's your favorite snowboard trick? And then favorite sandwich as well.
Favorite sandwich. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, dude. People will ask favorite anything, bro.
Nice. Yeah, I know this Egg Foden guy.
Yeah, this
Shout out.
character.
Yeah, I know this character. He's a funny dude. Favorite snowboard trick. Maybe like front board pretzel. That one always looks real good. Or just the good old back lip. Good old back lip through a kink always looks really sick.
Yeah,
That one's really dope. Um yeah, looks real hard. Not much of a way you can do something similar on skis. So I always thought that one was sick. Just like fully blind,
yeah,
just back to the rail the entire way. Pretty
yeah.
sick. I like back lips. Those look good.
And then favorite sandwich.
Favorite sandwich. Damn. Back home in Connecticut, there's one called the Kovac. I don't know how you say it, but it's like
Yeah,
a chicken cutlet, prosciutto, mozzarella. It's a
yeah,
good, yeah, good one. Whoever's in, if anyone's listening to this from Southern Connecticut, Gaetano's Deli, they got a real good sandwich there.
yeah. That's
Good one.
tight,
I'm
dude.
I'm vegetarian now, so I can't even say anything. But back
Yeah,
in the day, that was definitely the best sandwich. Still the best sandwich I've ever had by
yeah.
far.
I gotta go check that out next time I'm home.
It's good, dude.
Um,
I think there's one in Trumbull. I know you're from Connecticut. There's one in Trumbull. Yeah.
um, let's see. So we're talking about snowboarding. Singe Ray, you mentioned it. How is it living with snowboarders? Can we get a dust box, child labor, something at some point?
Damn. Yeah, maybe some kind of collab thing. That'd be cool.
Dude, that would be if something big would be sick.
That would be cool for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We've talked about doing some kind of merch thing or something because we all use like the same screen printing setup, which is just at my house. But
yeah.
yeah, they're great. Love living with snowboarders. They're awesome.
You still live with them?
So it's a weird situation kind of. We all so I lived with Reed Smith in the dorms, who's just one of those dust box guys. And then I kind of met all them through him, and we all rented a house together. It's a 2 bedroom. I still live here. It's a 2 bedroom, and we had 7 people in it for like a year.
Dude.
That was it was pretty fucked up for a while. The house was destroyed. Just yeah, it was pretty fucked for a while. And then people kind of slowly started to move out and figure out their own spots. And yeah, now it's just me and Cody Warble. So the intended amount of people to live there. But yeah, we still live in the same house. But yeah, back in the day it was like way, way, way worse. 7 heads in a 2-bedroom house with 1 bathroom. It was
Oh,
pretty fucked up.
yeah.
We
Do
did
you ever-
that for just about a year, and then people slowly started to kind of realize it sucked. Like get new houses.
yeah. Do you ever walk around the house and just be like, bro, how did I ever do this? Like, how
Yeah,
did I?
for sure. Yeah, me and Cody talk about it like, dude, I can't believe there was that many people in this fucking place.
Dude, that's too
It was
many.
pretty messed up. It was a
That's too-
lot of people. But
that-
hey, I mean, when you're 18, you're just like, fuck it, man. Like, we also paid like $200 in rent or something.
yeah, that's where
Something
living with seven
crazy.
people.
Like,
Yeah.
something super crazy. It was like insanely cheap.
But here's the thing with life. You end up paying no matter what. So yeah, it was $200 a person, but then you're living with seven people for one bathroom. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, it was rough.
All right. This one's an odd one. Sometimes like I get questions and like I feel like it's like a inside joke with the guests and I just ask them anyways. So Vibe Crudo, do you know them?
I think so. Yeah, that's like a kid I knew from Mount Snow, I think.
Well, that would make sense because he said, "Do you still have the video of my first 1080?"
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
Well, his follow up
Yeah.
question is,
Vinny Crudo.
yeah,
Shout out. I
he
hope he
followed up.
listens.
He said, "If you do have that video, can you please send it to me?"
Yeah, I think I maybe got it somewhere in like iCloud or something. Yeah, he was doing a have you skied Mount Snow before?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he did a 1080 on the set, like the third nitro jump or something, like a 20-foot jump. It's a pretty funny clip. I should actually try and track that down,
yeah,
send it to him. But yeah, we were probably like 13 years old. He did a 1080 on a 20-foot jump. Pretty sick.
that's awesome. I remember watching people try 1080s at Ski Sundown, and like the clip would be like a recording of someone's viewfinder because it was like people were
Yeah,
just dying to watch it. Like I
yeah,
love that. All the best videos I've ever seen have been in that format. It's a fucking video on someone's phone of a viewfinder, or maybe a video of somebody else's phone. Either way, like that's
yeah.
when you know somebody did some crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's the best. We still do that on trips and shit. Like
Yeah,
sometimes when someone gets a clip, they're super hyped. They're like, "Yo, let me film the viewfinder real quick."
dude,
Just watch it like 20 times at home.
it's such a funny move, but yeah, it's great.
Shit's awesome.
Um, all right, Steezy Skiing, who I remember being somebody that requested child labor, and I think he specifically wanted to hear what you had to say.
I
So
like that dude. That guy's sick. He has a good account, good repost account. I'm a
yeah,
fan.
yeah, shout out Steezy Skiing.
Yeah, for sure.
So he asked biggest video slash filmer inspos. He said your editing has always been sick, great soundtracks. So who's the inspiration, or what have
Damn.
been like your creative inspirations?
I would say skiing wise, probably like I know I said Hornbeck before just because I like him, but I'd say like the way I actually try and ski, maybe like LSM or like early LSM, all the old yeah. And yeah, along those same lines, probably the bunch as well for editing stuff. Even I don't think I really edit in a similar way, but I think that was just a big inspiration for me growing up, like watching all those videos and yeah, being really hyped on them. Just like a more atypical kind of like different way of making a ski movie from what I had been watching in like level one, stepped, whatever it might have been. Yeah, I was sick. Like the bunch just had a whole different way of doing it. And I think that was really cool growing up to see someone doing it a different way. And then I guess also like skateboarding stuff and snowboarding stuff is pretty big as well
Yeah.
in my like editing wise. I'd say those play in a lot for sure.
Mhm. Apart from this is just off the top of the head. I know
Yeah.
we're going long, and I only got a few questions left.
It's all
What
good.
I don't know if I've even asked any of the other guys this, but like everyone's putting out movies at the same time, and I generally when I'm interviewing people, I'm like, oh, what about this about your movie? And that what was your favorite movie that another crew released this year?
Ooh, damn.
right? That's putting you really
Probably
on the spot.
probably the 4A vid.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the 4A vid. They're sick. That vid was really, really good. Yeah, in terms of skiing, definitely the 4A video.
Yeah.
The keep standing video as well was really, really sick.
Dude, I
Those
feel
were
like
really good.
your
And
guys'
then,
two videos had a very similar vibe.
yeah, for
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think it's Sam Putnam who edits those ones. Yeah, it seems like yeah, similar like style kind of maybe.
Hmm. I like that. Um, let's see. I'll narrow these down to the last few. Cade, what was your first camera?
First camera. Ooh, I mean I had like a GoPro when I was like 10 years old, I think,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that really counts. My first like real camera was a Panasonic HVX 200.
Yeah.
At first like real camera. That's what the what's the strike is filmed on. It's a HVX.
Is that SIM card or is that an
That one is
MD?
P2 card. Yeah, that one's P2 card. And then I eventually upgraded to an HMC. And then this year we all got this camera called the AC160, which is like a slightly films 1080, which the previous two cameras I've had haven't. So this one's going to be a little more HD.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, last one then. Ryan Voyton. He said you guys are on a tear. What's next? Any new places you plan on filming street at? What's the future looking like for you guys?
Um, in the immediate future, I guess Finland. We're going to Finland in 2 days for like 2 weeks. So I'm pretty excited about that. Never been to Europe. So
That's tight.
so yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. I'd say, yeah, we're just gonna keep making videos. Definitely a video this year. We're gonna keep making them as long as we can. We all love doing it. It's, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, before I let you go, is there anyone you want to shout out? Anything that you feel like you need to say before I let you go?
Shit. I mean, shout out to everyone involved with labor, anyone who's ever helped us. I guess especially shout out to Emmett for helping us. Um, yeah, I guess those are the shout outs. Shout out Vishnu and Emmett and all the labor homies, all
Word.
my closest friends. You guys did the shit.
Well, Garrett, thank you for being here, dude. I appreciate it. I'm glad we could finally get it done. This one is definitely up there for one of the ones that was in the making for the longest, definitely over a year. So we
For
got it
sure.
done.
Yeah, thank you for having me. That was fun.